Why isn't government the one collecting this money? And why did we opt for a private contract? Was a feasibility study conducted to determine the best approach to manage the toll services given the advantage of the alternative approaches? Why or why not? 3. Has the Ministry of Work conducted a feasibility study comparing the costs of self-managing versus contracting the operations and maintenance services for toll roads? Why or why not? Are we together? I see you are moving a lot. Do I repeat those questions so I can proceed? Okay, the cost of operation and maintenance of the toll services. The operator of toll services in Uganda, formerly Aegis Road Operations SA, and now Pinnacle Security Limited, was contracted on April 13th, 2021 to provide operations and maintenance services for 5 years at a cost of 122,863,344,023, inclusive of applicable taxes. In addition, the company charges 3% on electronic card payments subject to applicable taxes. This demonstrates lack of value for money for the contract negotiated with Aegis and SA given the toll services revenue performance. So, in other words, based on the statistics you gave us, we have collected about 191. But you're telling us we are going to pay 122 billion to a contract. So the questions there, number 1, how was the cost of operator services of 122,863,344,023 derived, including any considerations and assumptions made? 2, given that the projected income was 146,471,401,701, how could the operator be contracted at 122,800,000,000, knowing that this would be at least 83.9% of the projected revenue? What does this mean? Let's assume they have collected 191 billion, but for you, you gave them a contract of 122 billion. But if we go backwards, in your estimated revenue for that toll, as you are giving this contract, was 143 billion. So how could you give a contractor a contract of 122 billion? It means the government was going to just get 22 billion as per your estimates. Peanuts. Okay. The loan repayment for the financing received Bank of China using toll revenue was a primary consideration in introducing the toll charges. How did Ministry of Works expect to be achieved when the revenues were going to be used for management and operating expenses? We're giving you this question so that you respond as you make your presentations. We don't want to waste time. Honorable Minister, you're welcome, although you are late. The toll payment method. Uganda is still largely relies on cash-based payments rather than electronic payments, which are preferred for their advantages, including easier transaction monitoring. In other words, if we are using M-Pesa like Kenya, mobile money, it would be easy for us to monitor. But Uganda has still preferred cash-based payments. While UPESA electronic cards and mobile money top-ups have been introduced, these are still evolving. In the new contract, we see you are trying to introduce mobile money. But these are still evolving and not as advanced as those in Kenya or Ethiopia, which had several electronic and cashless payment platforms, including electronic tags and digital payment solutions that provide multiple payment options. These enhance efficiency of toll collection by enabling faster automatic etc. So the questions under toll payment method. 1, why was the transition from cash-based to advanced electronic payment methods slow? You waited for the 5 years to run out. Now you have introduced it in the extension of 1 year. 2, the operator collects cash payments, transports them, banks them, and supervised by the Ministry of Works, despite concerns about the control mechanisms of verifying and authenticating the transactions. How does Ministry of Works satisfy itself that the reported cash transactions are as expected. So I want you to tell us, because even in that contract you sign, you should have put a mechanism which you did not. You are going to tell us, and we have seen it even in the transactions and the data you have given us, the figures. So how does Ministry of Works satisfy itself that the reported cash transactions are as expected? The Auditor General audited this project once in 2023. They have never audited it again. And they audited it as a by the way under UNRA. You look at the report, there was nothing serious about this transaction or this contract. 3, given the 3% charge on electronic card payments, what was the total amount paid to the operator under this arrangement to date? 4, was the 3% levy maintained given that it dissuades rather than encourages the road owners' adoption of electronic card payments? Are we together? Honorable Minister, you are distracting your team and they are going to be under fire. 4, outstanding payments of Aegis and Pinnacle Security. The Ministry of Works reported that of the 191.15 billion collected, 129.7...
Honorable Chair, sorry for interruption. I don't know whether it is within your powers and out of your guidance and help, further help, that for proper answering, if we could get a chance, we have a copy of what you are reading, if it is possible.
They are going to give you a copy?
If it is possible.
It's very possible.
Thank you, Honorable Chair.
So you can, you don't need to write.
Thank you, now we feel safe.
Should we read all these? No, you are going to respond because all the members have these documents. Do we have to read or we give them a chance to respond? Okay, so the members have asked that we give you a chance to save time. You answer these questions, then you can take us, I'm sure they are part of your presentation.
Honorable Chair, we see some, but not all, but we shall follow your guidance.
The one for the data analysis, we shall take it on together. That is number 8. That one we need to explain, and you explain, and we explain, and then we get to the bottom of it. Honorable members, tomorrow we have caucus, so we expect to be done by midday. So I'm kindly requesting you come early. We expedite the work with URC. Yes, you anticipate in 5 years you are going to get about 146 billion from that road, and you give a contractor to manage it at 122 billion. The government is taking just 20 billion. Really, it is very embarrassing. But let's go to data analysis. Pinnacle, you have your data? Microphone.
I would like to ask which data, please.
Data for the toll collections.
Are you referring to the records that that I submitted to you?
All the records regarding collection at the toll.
Yes.
You have it now?
Not all. Right now, no.
Kindly give the committee your collections for the month of January 2022.
Okay.
You just open the laptop and read them out.
For data from the committee, which I think it would also be out of your help, that data needs to be analyzed. Then this book can answer from the informed consent of view, because you have given us data.
No, ministry already gave us their data.
So this one on page 4
we're going to show you how we have compared.
How we have arrived at this.
The ministry already gave us theirs. Now we want Pinnacle to officially give us theirs.
Okay.
The month of January 2022, what were the total collections?
According to this document that we submitted, 347,691,900.
Okay. Now, according to the information we picked from your system, when we visited you, we have 2.4 billion 2.4 billion, 81,744,000, a deficit of 134 million.
Well, I would like to verify that, sir. With
Okay.
what was shared with you.
December 2023, what were your collections? We have just sampled 5 months.
The collections, according to this document, were 3,950,124,200.
We have a collection of 4,295,887,000, a deficit of 345,762,800. So your collections for November 2024?
4,212,978,581.
4 billion? 4 billion? Just repeat.
212,978,581.
Ministry of Works, according to the information you gave us for November 2024, what were the collections?
Excuse me, that is for December 2024, not November. I believe you asked for December 2024.
Okay, sorry, give us November 2024.
For November 2024, it was 3,782,319,988.
According to the information we picked from your internal auditor's laptop, there's a deficit of 407 million. Okay, December 2025, what were your collections?
You're saying December
No, I'm
2025?
talking about December 2025.
Yes, it's 4,413,283,646.
Okay, now according to the information we got from your internal auditor, we have 4,736,740,000, a deficit of 323 million. Okay, those are just a sample. I wanted to bring it to your attention. Now, Ministry of Works, January 2022, how many vehicles used the express toll?
482,641.
Okay. According to the number of vehicles we have established from the information we have, you have a deficit of 902 vehicles that are missing. Okay, let's go to, and this is because December 2023 is very clear. Your records and ours are matching. We did a sample and we realized some months actually, there's no difference, it's 0%. Let's go to November 2024. How many vehicles used that express toll?
800,245.
We have a deficit of 1,646. Okay. Let's go to December 2025.
924,754.
We have a deficit of 22,860 vehicles. Let's go to May 2026.
846,048.
May 2026, 846,048.
Yeah.
There's a discrepancy of 79,086 vehicles. Okay, now it takes us back to the question, what systems does the Ministry of Works have to establish the exact number of vehicles that go through that toll? Because even when we do the entire collections and compare with what you claim to have deposited, there's still a deficit of a lot of money in billions. Now, actually you should tell us, Pinnacle, is all the money directly banked, or maybe there's another account we don't know, just to help us be sure?
Yes, Chair, all the money is banked on the account.
Okay, that's for the record.
Minister of Works. Chair, I'll answer with the traffic.
Because even when we do the entire collections and compare with what you claim to have deposited, there's still a deficit of a lot of money in billions. Now, actually, you should tell us, Pinnacle, is all the money directly banked, or maybe there's another account we don't know, just to help us be sure?
Yes, Chair, all the money is banked on the account.
Okay, that's for the record. Minister of Works.
I'll answer with the traffic. Chair, these are big data sets, and I would request that...
We are asking you, because you told us you will verify the exact number of vehicles, there's no problem with this system, the government of Uganda is getting all their money. Now we're asking you, you who is acting on behalf of Uganda, on behalf of Ugandans, what systems are you putting in place, or are in place already? They actually are in place. Don't tell us what is in the future.
Chair, we have...
Since 2022, what systems did you have?
We have an independent traffic monitoring system, which is fully open and accessible anytime that you can pay us a visit.
Where did you get the money to establish that independent system?
The independent traffic monitoring system was installed, was
By who?
supplied as along in the contract by Aegis.
By Aegis?
Yes.
So it is Aegis's system?
It is a system which is independent.
I am asking you as Minister of Works, in that contract, you were supposed to put measures for us to monitor the contract. Don't tell me about Aegis setting up their own monitoring system and you are relying on their system. You as Minister of Works, what systems do you have to ensure our money is banked, our money is collected, the number of cars are verified?
Chair, one is the independent traffic monitoring system, which
owned
is
by Aegis,
which is a system supplied by Aegis but used by the ministry. That's number one. Two,
do you have technical personnel manning that system of Ministry of Works?
Chair, we have IT support.
Are they staff of Ministry of Works?
Yes.
Working with Aegis?
Not working with Aegis.
They go there to just check on the system?
Chair, we access that system even remotely. Even in this room, if you wanted to see what's happening at the toll plazas, the IT person can log in and see what is happening on the toll plazas.
Okay. If you had, when the lady next to you did an investigation, you should have picked, because from her report she has also realized that there are cars going through and are not paying. She has further established that there's money that is not being remitted. If you are owning that system or in charge of supervision of that system, where have you been all this time?
Clarified. There is a tolling system which is actually the one that operationalizes tolling. There is the independent traffic and revenue monitoring system, which is managed by the Ministry of Works and Transport. Now that report
supplied by Aegis.
Understood. That report that you are privy to was instructed by, of course, our PS to check that tolling system, not the independent traffic monitoring system.
You see, it's interlinked.
Yes.
If I can know the number of vehicles, I will know the amount of money.
Yes.
So you don't say they are different. Now I want you to tell us what you have been doing.
Okay. As part of the measures from the contract, which are already prescribed in the contract, every amount that is discrepancy between the tolling system and the independent traffic monitoring system is recovered from Aegis. We have actually given Aegis a demand note before of about 80 million, which we recovered from Aegis. And moving forward, after we gave them that demand note, Aegis put up stronger financial controls to ensure that the money collected is recovered, they self-report themselves whenever there's a misclassification. That report clearly indicated that the transactions recorded from the tolling system were equivalent to the video footage. But it also explained that there were some discrepancies, largely from misclassifications. And there is proof that when a misclassification is identified, IGIS banks that money. If you check the statements, there are indications of when IGIS has banked money from misclassifications. So the ministry has put in place stringent controls with regards to toll revenue management.
You see, Joan, we want to know, because for us we have the bank statements already, but we want to know from your side. You are the one supposed to protect us. You are the one supposed to represent us. What system do you have in place to ensure all our money is deposited? You said you are monitoring and everything, but now it has come to our attention, you rely on their data from the software and systems, internal, you call it internal monitoring system that they set up. We want to know you as a ministry independently. Because who audits the company that is collecting for us? As who audits the company? Whatever I want to call it, e.g. Pinnacle, who audits them?
Pinnacle has their own internal audit systems.
And we are aware.
However,
from your side, it is simple.
Chair, recently,
who audits? Don't tell us recently. This has been since 2022. Who has been auditing these companies? Because they are collecting money on our behalf.
I don't know if...
Okay, let me phrase it this way. We know they have a private PMG, if I read their bank's audited books of accounts very well, but that's their private arrangement. Now you as Uganda, who is auditing on our behalf?
Recently we had Auditor General.
Because the Auditor General last audited in 2023.
Chair, it is Auditor General audited us this year.
This year?
Yes.
He audits per year?
Auditor General undertook a systems audit on the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway, which was a comprehensive audit. We had an exit meeting about a month ago.
Has that report been published?
I am not sure, but not yet published.
So the Auditor General has just audited.
They audited.
Now, since 2022, who was auditing them?
They audited an entire period from the beginning of the tolling operations to the date they came.
Okay. Yeah. If at all he has come in and he has audited now, of which a report has not yet come out, you as Minister of Works since 2022 when you issued these contracts, who has been auditing them to make sure the money through that period you have even renewed, meaning you are satisfied, but you actually don't have an audited report to prove that our money has been going to the bank? Because even the report you are referring to is not yet out. We don't have it. We have not seen it.
Honorable Chair, like the Minister said, that indeed when RAPEX happened and we transitioned, we accept that we inherited some challenges and we are ready to be guided.
But that is no, yes. Don't insult our intelligence. This is a very good project. They are banking for us our money. So we are asking him on behalf of Uganda.
Chair, I have, like I said earlier, I've been project manager since May last year.
So there is someone else.
Within that year, I actually triggered the report that you have, the 30-day revenue check.
Why? Did you suspect anything?
No, I wanted to be sure of what I'm managing as a person. I wanted to be sure of what I'm managing because this is revenue that is involved. There's traffic and all that. So I wanted to be sure of what is managing. So we sanctioned that, which we would term an internal audit on our side. We went and did a 30-day parallel check on the system, match for match, and the findings are in that report. As you see them in there, we were as honest as possible because we wanted to make improvements.
So you are telling us the mistakes of the past were done by someone else?
Yeah, I don't want to put blame. I don't want to put blame, but on my side, when I came in as a contract manager, it was just my own initiative that I needed to know what I'm managing, and that's why we did that revenue check.
You were there when they renewed this contract, were you not?
Yes, I was.
And you didn't bother to look for an audited report? You just approved. You said these people are very good, let's renew.
So we did an evaluation.
I don't want evaluation because for us to know our money has been banked, there must be an audited report. So you just renewed based on, okay, the road, the toll is working.
So after the revenue check that we undertook, which results you have with you, you'll notice that the discrepancy which is there is misclassification, which is a system challenge. However, the number of records that are recorded in there are equivalent to what we counted. So the system challenges, as we were guided by the Honorable Minister, are things that we are going to improve going forward. But on my side, as the contract manager, from the 30-day check that I undertook, I was satisfied that what we found within that month was actually equivalent.
Who gave you the data you used to evaluate? Where did you get this data?
We had access to the system on a daily. We were there present, working alongside Aegis for 30 days within the toll booth and
I want to bring it to your attention that we also went and had access to that system, but this time from the internal audit, and with the help of CID and in the company of some members, we also retrieved data, which I believe is more or less true, because this is from their internal audit, and it's totally different from what you have. Instead, what you have is the same as what they have submitted. Totally different from what we got from their internal auditor's laptop. Deputy Chair.
Now that Chair said before, that expressway itself is a very fantastic innovation. But the problem is just this issue of money. Chair, I want to tell you what's happening in the Democratic Republic of Congo. They will just say, for instance, Engineer Tio, you are going to collect first taxes in the entire West Nile. And it will be up to me to disclose to them how much I have collected. And the moment I say I've collected 30 billion, everyone kneels down and starts clapping. And they salute me without any controls on the audit. I still maintain my position at the beginning that every lucrative mistake has got its stakeholders. There are people benefiting from this project. How long is the current contract of Pinnacle remaining? About 10 months. One of the worst mistakes in Uganda will be that in the next 10 months, we've not developed our own capacity, or we have not handed over the collection of this revenue to a competent entity like Uganda Revenue Authority. That will be the worst mistake we shall have made as a country. Thank you, Chair.
Honorable Maju.
About 53.8 million. These toll exemptions were granted without actually any supporting justification, 9,777. Additionally, you had about 16,175 free passage transactions, and those were worth 106 million Uganda shillings. All this could not be verified. Now, I want to know who actually authorizes these exemptions. Who is that person who is in charge of authorization of those exemptions? And then why would nearly 10,000 unsupported exemptions be permitted or ignored? Chair, I beg to submit. There are so many questions, but we will go according to the rules. Thank you.
Honorable Maju. About 53.8 million. Honorable Maju.
Chair, I beg to submit.
Honorable Maju. About 53.8 million. 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 Honorable M
the subject matter of the discussions we are having. I submit.
Just some information. When we asked them during our visit with some members here, there was a month where they had about 4,000 exemptions. And when we asked, they said the president's convoy is the one that is exempted, and ambulances and fire trucks, if I remember well. Now the question is, how many times does the president cross, and how many vehicles does he use a day, or how many ambulances roughly cross that road to have 4,000 exemptions in a month? But we shall know. Honorable Fred.
Thank you so much, Chair. We'll go to Joan and Menya to record that they have very stringent monitoring systems in place. I'm asking, can both of you account for the discrepancies with the stringent monitoring systems you have in place? Can you account for the recurrent discrepancies? That is one. Then the second one is on Iggy's Pinnacle, which is now Pinnacle Iggy's. You extended the contract of Iggy's through Pinnacle, okay, in the name of Pinnacle, at a cost of 36 billion for 1 year. Yet in the previous 5 years that the contract of Pinnacle ran through, it was 24 billion per year. What motivated you to accept the cost of 36 plus billion for Pinnacle for 1 year, and yet in the previous 5 years you were accepting at about 25 billion? What motivated you if there was not in any way vested interest? I beg to submit.
And you know, in a year, according to the calculation, we are making about 42 billion. Now they are given this contract at 36 billion. So Uganda is going to get, on a conservative estimation, about 6 billion only. Honorable Waluswak.
Honor Chair, it's usually from the minister, now the PS is in charge. Whether, because I wanted a presentation from English, I'll also want, because I have questions for them, whether for the 5 years they have a minimum of 5 reports, at least yearly performance reports. Because this is a big project, Honour Chair. It is supposed to be a minimum, I think, quarterly. Whether you have quarterly performance reports from English, and also whether the project managers have the 5 or the quarterly performance reports to their respective accounting officers. Finally, Chair, this contract was signed at 36 billion. May we know, how did you derive at the 36 billion? What technical, technique did you come up to have the 36 billion? This is what we want to know. How did they arrive at the 36? Yeah, because Iggy's is international, is from France, even consultants fly. But now Pinnacle, which comes from whether Butaleja, they come, walk, and their cost is high. Because Iggy's puts in the dollar exchange, those losses. I know you are laughing, and in our culture, when you cross the Nile, you talk the truth. Even this man here, Menya. So, Honour Chair, can we know how they derived at that? We are trying to help the country. And Chair,
And the 122, how they got to it?
yeah, how they got to it. As someone who caters for interests of PLOU, members, especially technical officers, usually when I talk about PLOU, don't laugh because we are in charge of the country. Can we know how this money, because Chair, this money, if it is brought genuinely and it goes to the national coffers.
Let them explain.
Okay, Chair.
So you can explain, but also, since you say you have been monitoring, because we have, from 2022 to date, we have already gotten to a point as a committee on the growth of the number of users of that express, even when it's reflected in the collections, from about 20-something billion to 30 to 40. But when you look at the growth, the number of vehicles has now, the growth has dropped. If you have already done that analysis, because for us we have done it. So have the cars reduced on the express? Have they got an alternative route? Because the growth was high, but now the growth has stopped. It is now declining. So people are no longer buying cars. You explain. Something?
I mean, maintenance and tolls, as well as passwords that never expire for all the 274 applicant users. We discovered that your passwords never expire. This weakness undermines accountability because actions cannot always be attributed to specific individuals and increase cyber security risks. Question: why were the generic accounts allowed on a government revenue system? Why do all the user passwords never expire? Who approved the security configurations? Have there been any unauthorized system access incidents? What corrective action have you taken on that? Number two, allow me, Chair, to raise my second concern as I summarize. My second one is that we discovered that that day there are only about 500 records that can be exported at a time, because the system stores a lot, millions of the records, but we discovered that it's only 500 that can be transferred at a time. This limits investigation analysis in the time of trying to discover what is happening with your systems. Now the question is that, why was the system designed with such a restrictive export functionality? Does this limitation affect the oversight and our investigation? Because maybe you're trying to hide some things you don't want us to see. That's why you've kept it like, so that we transfer 500, then we hide the rest. So we want to know why. Is there a plan to improve on this? And we want to ask, was government aware of these limitations before accepting the system? Thank you.
Kindly respond. During your private analysis, did you come across a situation where in some months the number of vehicles is not equivalent to the amount of money by class?
Chair, I beg to seek further clarification, because the revenue is against the payment mode. So the number of vehicles can be 50, but if 40 pay cash, then and 10 pay using card, there is a different payment regime for the card.
Yes, we have classified that already, because yes, the data we have shows those who have paid cash.
Yes.
So the question was, did you come up, it's just a simple question just for the record, did you come up, did you find an anomaly in the amount of money per month versus vis-a-vis the vehicles per class and those that pay cash?
purely against those that pay cash. Whenever we have such anomalies,
Did you find in?
Yes, we found some anomalies.
That's enough. Can you respond to the questions?
One small thing.
Well, olwaleero tusinkanye Ministry of Works ku nsonga ya Express Toll nga twagala tegeera ebintu bingi, sente abaziggyako baani ku account zigendako mmeka, zino leakages ze tusanze mu preliminary investigations zaffe, tubadde twagala batunnyonnyole kyabaawo kitya, kampani eno baagiwa batya contract eno, n'ebintu bingi ebijjira ku nsonga eno, kubanga ffe tulaba ensi endala nga zi Ethiopia sente zino gavumenti yezisolooza, naye ffe tulina kampani. So tubadde twategeera ekisooka eno loan ya $350 million eri 1.2 trillion almost ku sente emyaka 6 ze tubadde tusolooza tusasuddeko meka, contractor gwe baawa sente bamuwadde meka. So tubadde tuli mu kunoonyereza, ate tusuubira nti next week report ejja kuba ewedde, buli omuntu muwadde chance kweyogerako, n'ebitawedde tugenda bawandiikira babiddemu. Nsonga eno ekyali under investigation, naye nga we mulabye akakiiko tulabye ebintu bingi, for example esente ezitafaanana n'eza ministry n'eza contractor. So tukyali mu final investigations kubanga tulina buli kimu kye twetaaga, bank statements, documents z'abano abantu kuva ministry. Twagenda ne ku road toll netufuna nga tujja ku machine ku computer yaabo details. So tusuubira nti byonna tubiina, naye process ya analysis kuva 2022 etwala budde, kubanga olina okuleeta report ku floor nga mwina facts oba mwina ebintu ebituufu. Tusanze nti Ministry of Works yakola estimate nti mu myaka 5 tugenda kufuna billion 146. Ate kyakwewuunya n'owa omuntu contract ya myaka 5 kulabirira express n'omuwa billion 122. Ekitegeeza gavumenti bo baali basuubira yinza okufuna billion 2 zokka, kati contractor yatwale billion 122. So awo ensonga ya value for money twagala tegeera zo billion 122 bazituukawo batya. Ate n'okurenewinga contract ne baddamu ne bongera omuntu billion 36 omwaka gumu. So bino bikyali under investigation, naye naffe ekitwewuunyisa. Yes, kituufu tusanze nti emotoka ze basonyiwa nyingi. For example osanga emotoka 4,000 mu mwezi gumu bazisonyi, naye ffe tukosa amateeka era tugenda saba minisita, bagamba minisita yaziwa omukisa guno oba yaziwa exemption. So naye tugenda muwandiikira tunyonyole, ate ne statutory instrument eraga nti yafuna permission oba yafuna olusa okuwa exemption zino zonna, ate tekiri mwezi gumu, kiri myezi mingi.
Morning Chair and honorable members. I'm Sam Genyanes, a civil engineer with the Ministry of Works and Transport, attached on the Kampala Entebbe Expressway.
Good morning, Chair and the honorable members. My name is Dogrosha Sempeo, IT Ministry of Works, attached to the project.
Good morning, Chair and honorable members. My name is Engineer Joanna Linda.
Thank you, Chair, members, and our guests. I am Engineer Tio William Taylor Oda, Committee Deputy Chair.
The presentation.
Chair, our senior team is just stuck somewhere within the vicinity. I've just spoken to the PS. They should be here in a couple of minutes.
Okay, we're going to give you 5 minutes.
All right, let me make a follow-up.
Honorable members, yesterday this meeting was adjourned because the stakeholders were not present, and after that we issued summons, but the Honorable Minister committed to be here with the entire team, and the entire team is here, although they are 15 minutes late, and we do not appreciate it. We are supposed to be meeting Ministry of Works, specifically in regards to the road toll, and we're supposed to be meeting the project or the contractors. This is Aegis and Pinnacle Security. The committee has very many issues which would wish clarification on. Uganda contracted a private entity to operate and maintain the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway, and unlike Kenya, which concessioned the company that built the Nairobi Express, or Ethiopia, which uses a state-owned toll road enterprise, while Uganda's toll operation maintenance work remains in its early stages. We are now 6 years, I think, or more, with institutional and financing arrangements still evolving. Kenya and Ethiopia have established structured operation and maintenance frameworks backed by funding and well-defined institutional mandates. So we have 3 questions in that regard. I hope you are taking note. 1. What informed Uganda's choice of a contractor, unlike the aforementioned countries? In other words, why isn't government the one collecting this money? And why did we opt for a private contract? Was a feasibility study conducted to determine the best approach to manage the toll services given the advantage of the alternative approaches? Why or why not? 3. Has the Ministry of Work conducted a feasibility study comparing the costs of self-managing versus contracting the operations and maintenance services for toll roads? Why or why not? Are we together? I see you are moving a lot. Do I repeat those questions so I can proceed? Okay, the cost of operation and maintenance of the toll services. The operator of toll services in Uganda, formerly Aegis Road Operations SA, and now Pinnacle Security Limited, was contracted on April 13th, 2021 to provide operations and maintenance services for 5 years at a cost of 122,863,344,023. Inclusive of applicable taxes. In addition, the company charges 3% on electronic card payments subject to applicable taxes. This demonstrates lack of value for money for the contract negotiated with Aegis and SA given the toll services revenue performance. So, in other words, based on the statistics you gave us, we have collected about 191. But you're telling us we are going to pay 122 billion to a contract. So the questions there, number 1, how was the cost of operator services of 122,863,344,023 derived, including any considerations and assumptions made? 2, given that the projected income was 146,471,401,701, how could the operator be contracted at 122,800,000,000, knowing that this would be at least 83.9% of the projected revenue? What does this mean? Let's assume they have collected 191 billion, but for you gave them a contract of 122 billion. But if we go backwards, in your estimated revenue for that toll, as you are giving this contract, was 143 billion. So how could you give a contractor a contract of 122 billion? It means the government was going to just get 22 billion as per your estimates. Peanuts. Okay. The loan repayment for the financing received Bank of China using toll revenue was a primary consideration in introducing the toll charges. How did Ministry of Works expect to be achieved when the revenues were going to be used for management and operating expenses? We are giving you this question so that you respond as you make your presentations. We don't want to waste time. Honorable Minister, you are welcome, although you are late. The toll payment method. Uganda is still largely relies on cash-based payments rather than electronic payments, which are preferred for their advantages, including easier transaction monitoring. In other words, if we are using M-Pesa like Kenya, mobile money, it would be easy for us to monitor. But Uganda has still preferred cash-based payments. While UPESA electronic cards and mobile money top-ups have been introduced, these are still evolving. In the new contract, we see you are trying to introduce mobile money. But these are still evolving and not as advanced as those in Kenya or Ethiopia, which had several electronic and cashless payment platforms, including electronic tags and digital payment solutions that provide multiple payment options. These enhance efficiency of toll collection by enabling faster automatic etc. So the questions under toll payment method. 1. Why was the transition from cash-based to advanced electronic payment methods slow? You waited for the 5 years to run out. Now you have introduced it in the extension of 1 year. 2. The operator collects cash payments, transports them, banks them, and supervised by the Ministry of Works, despite concerns about the control mechanisms of verifying and authenticating the transactions. How does Ministry of Works satisfy itself that the reported cash transactions are as expected? So I want you to tell us, because even in that contract you signed, you should have put a mechanism which you did not. You are going to tell us, and we have seen it even in the transactions and the data you have given us, the figures. So how does Ministry of Works satisfy itself that the reported cash transactions are as expected? The Auditor General audited this project once in 2023. They have never audited it again. And they audited it as a by the way under UNRA. If you look at the report, there was nothing serious about this transaction or this contract. 3, given the 3% charge on electronic card payments, what was the total amount paid to the operator under this arrangement to date? 4, was the 3% levy maintained given that it dissuades rather than encourages the road owners' adoption of electronic card payments? Are we together? Honorable Minister, you are distracting your team and they are going to be under fire. 4, outstanding payments of Aegis and Pinnacle Security. The Ministry of Works reported that of the 191.15 billion collected, 129.7...
Honorable Chair, sorry for interruption. I don't know whether it is within your powers and out of your guidance and help, further help, that for proper answering, if we could get a chance, we have a copy of what you are reading, if it is possible.
They are going to give you a copy?
If it is possible.
It's very possible.
Thank you, Chair.
So you can, you don't need to write.
Thank you, now we feel safe.
Should we read all these? No, you are going to respond because all the members have these documents. Do we have to read or we give them a chance to respond? Okay, so the members have asked that we give you a chance to save time. You answer these questions, then you can take us. I'm sure they are part of your presentation.
Honorable Chair, we see some, but not all, but we shall follow your guidance.
The one for the data analysis, we shall take it on together. That is number 8. That one we need to explain, and you explain, and we explain, and then we get to the bottom of it. Honorable members, tomorrow we have caucus, so we expect to be done by midday. So I'm kindly requesting you come early. We expedite the work with URC. Yes, our members of the NRM have a caucus tomorrow. Yes, but officially the president is expected at 2. So we hope we can be done by midday. The caucus is most likely going to be in Kololo. So it is not very far. Any communication? Yes. Any reaction to my communication?
To submit.
Even the opposition have
And I want to thank the minister for having come today. Honourable Chair, I wanted your guidance on a procedural issue. Amongst the witnesses, we have Pinnacle and Ingis. And according to our documents, Ingis is from South Africa. So, yeah, it is South Africa. So, Honour Chair, we need to know the person representing, because Pinnacle, they say the Uganda Limited, but Ingis is South Africa. So, the procedural issue which I want your guidance, Chair, whether the person from South Africa, first of all, I need to know that person, then whether he has authorized paperwork. We don't want to deal with someone who is maybe coming from Butaleja and he says he's working on Ingis. By the time we want to take on Ingis, he says, no, I don't know that person, he was from Butaleja. So I wanted your guidance, Chair, whether that person, there is unauthorized, they call it what? Our legal person knows. Letter of
representative.
Yes.
Okay. Can we have
whether we have even either appointment or ID for that, or even can guide power of attorney. Yeah. We don't want you to
the ministry. Can the representative of Aegis introduce themselves again?
We don't have. Do you have Pinnacle here? We don't have Aegis.
Honorable Chair, we don't have Aegis for now.
Chair, we don't have Aegis. It is Pinnacle.
It is Pinnacle.
They're in South Africa. They left.
Honorable Chair, I would like to make things clear. Right now is S&L, who are the legal representatives of Aegis. And Aegis is a French company.
Okay. So, Honour Chair,
in France.
Now we have two issues. The papers in this, we may come, we are talking to a wrong person. Can we see the authorization letter telling that company or that person that you are the one representing Ingis? Honour Chair. And Honour Minister, this one will protect the image of the country.
But the minister came with them, he knows them.
He presented to this committee.
What does he want?
Chair, Honour Minister, I want, according to this committee, the
Honorable Chair, could you please allow us to send you the document? We didn't move with it now, but we are instructed, legal lawyers.
Can you have that document sent during this meeting on soft copy?
I can consult and get that document.
Okay. By the time he presents, the document will be here.
Honour Chair, we set out contract and say, you go when you say bring the document. Because, Chair, we may be talking to a wrong person. So I want to propose, Honour Chair, that the officer goes, he sends, and then the legal department authenticates the letter. Because there are cases of Nassau Road here, somebody says, you print for me. I'm not saying it's true, but I want to propose, since he says he has a document, he brings it.
Okay. Order. Members, we are going to give him 30 minutes.
I apologize what happened yesterday for us not turning up. It's not our own making. We respect this committee. And we know through you, we get the necessary guidance and support from Parliament. But the whole matter, I think it was a miscommunication because we know very well the rules governing us. We as the Ministry of Works, we get them from you. That's how I cannot send my technical people without me. I did not receive any letter inviting me, neither to bring my people in this committee. But that one was sorted when I saw your letter. And Honorable Chair, I'd like to inform that me, I'm here. We respect the work done by this committee. Even if it is out of your ruling and you just invite us with a phone call, we are abiding people. We can always come here. That one I want to put on record. But it was a mishap. There was no proper communication. Yesterday we had the launching of the new routes of the airline, where also you expected. But surprisingly, we didn't see that and happened. And also, I want to thank the committee. The Honorable Chair was invited with the committee. Maybe you'll explain. And also we have also invited him with a committee to accompany us on the launch. To accompany us on the launch to Ghana in October and to Rwanda in November. Honorable Chair, also basing on the work done by this committee, we feel very happy that you have put in your efforts to ensure there is value for money. Because if there is no value for money, we lose, the money goes in useless things. You remember when we are here, even myself, I rose a point of being uncomfortable that this very same road we are talking about, it is due for maintenance. And if you check on it, if most of us we drive at a very terrible speed, you cannot realize the challenges there. But if you decided to go at a veloz speed or walk through, you'll get a lot of issues there. And if we don't give that an attention, very soon we are most likely to see it becoming like Mwine Mpaka or the Ronald bypass. I feel happy when you come in to ask what happened. Why did you do useless plans to a very important road which is the face of the country? And also, we must agree there are mistakes done by these people. And unfortunately, some of them who committed those mistakes, they are not here. The leadership there has been changed several times and they have gone.
Order, Chair. He's making his communication. Order, okay?
Honorable Chair, you guided and so Vingis, you give 30 minutes, he gets out.
But they have not
has he presented? And he's back here.
Have you brought it?
Yes.
Honorable Chair, I'm in touch with the client. They are going to send an electronic copy of the authorization. That's what I'm doing.
He's still within his 30 minutes.
Thank you for your guy. I thought he would be out.
See, thank you for the invitation for Ghana. But we are told your planes have one engine. We are worried.
Honorable Chair, it is not true. Our planes have 2 engines and a function. We have even leased more and we are buying more new ones. So we invite you, don't miss out, will be another point of exposure and promoting our country. Honorable Chair, I don't want to be that I'm happy also. Some people here, they have also continued to make a mistake. For example, last time you indicated right, these people knew the contract of the person they had was expiring, but they kept quiet. I think to look around the turning time on how to extend for 1 year, I see this one as a wastage of time. When you look also...
Order, Chair.
But he's making his communication.
No. We cannot continue like this.
Okay.
Because they came here for policy statement, all of us, because they are Ugandans. Why did the minister continue and renew when he knew the problems? Because an audit had been conducted, I think supervised by an engineer called Joan. I don't know why she's here. Where is she? This is Joan. Thank you. You employed young graduates, young men and women, audited, you made a report much earlier before the renewal of the contract. Why did the minister go ahead and renew the contract?
Honorable Chair, this is why I'm bringing these things, because I know most of the questions which we raise up from the members, because some of them have told me in advance. That's why I'm trying to inform the members so that they don't crossfire us further. But when as I informed you, we did not renew the contract, but we did an extension of 1 year. These people, not me, I was not part of them. They did an extension of 1 year.
Order, Chair. Order.
Order.
Chair, depart. In the last cabinet, he was a state minister in charge of transport. Is it in order, Honorable Chair?
I think they hid the meeting from him.
I will answer now. The question could have been...
Because Pinnacle is different from Ingis. Unless when the minister is telling us that actually Ingis, Pinnacle is part of Ingis.
Because going into questions yet.
Extension of 1 year.
Procedure, Chair.
What is the problem now? Proceed.
My benevolent chair is largely depending on insinuation. I beg to submit. This is insinuation and it is against our rules of procedure.
But Honorable Chair,
I beg to submit.
You shared a number of questions which you should be able to answer. Responsible, I've been in touch with them. They have been raising questions to me direct. I know some of them are here. And the chair has given us time to answer what has been asked, including what he had read and even what he had not read. So really, when I bring in these things in my preamble, I think you need to protect me, Honorable Chair.
You are protected.
Thank you very much. Okay, so I'll
procedure, Chair.
Honorable members, we are running late because of procedure and orders. Let them. It's his preamble. They have not started the presentation.
Yes.
He's just giving a background of what he found there.
Honorable Chair, would it be procedure right? You know, Honorable Minister is bound by the principle for collective responsibility, and if he presents, he's bound by that principle. And it would be improper for him to say, this happened when I was not there, and yet he's bound. Would it be procedure right for the minister, bound by the principle of collective responsibility, in his presentation while he was part of the team?
Now the question of the team that renewed.
He was a minister.
Yes, he holds political responsibility.
Yes.
But he's now telling you they did something, according to him, that was not proper, according to what I heard. And he's saying he's preparing you not to fire so much. That's his preamble. Not to fire so much because he has already seen. So he's just giving us a background of what he has found there, but the questions are going to be answered by the technical people.
Thank you, Honorable Chair. It does not mean if I've married my wife, steals in cassava, when he steals cassava, when you see me in the trading center, you stone me that I'm also a thief. The behaviors of the wife are different from the behaviors of the husband, but the two live together. This is what I'm trying to show. But when I come to you, I say, I've brought my wife is here to guide her on the mistakes. I think I'm really correct. Thank you very much. Since I see we are taking a lot of time, we may, in what you have prepared, missing some information. It's not out of the trick or to make the committee fail. We are available to provide that additional information, either in writing or appearing back again. There might be other people maybe you needed in this delegation, because here we have Pinnacle and the Ministry of Works people, and they may not be here. Under your guidance, Honorable Chair, we are willing to bring them at any time, in case you advise so. But also, in the report as they will present, some information may be satisfactory, another may not be satisfactory, but we request this committee to deep dig in this presentation. Even when we are away from here, they understand it very well for purposes of creating harmony and reaching at a conclusive decision, which will help us to ensure our systems and everything at the Entebbe Expressway work very well, and also to guide us further in other expresses. We're bringing like the Bomb Express, the other of Hoyem Express, so that we don't repeat the same mistakes. So, Honorable Chair, since we are out of time as you have indicated, I now present to the Permanent Secretary to give us, Dan who's going to give us the comprehensive report. Thank you very much. But also, I still apologize further of what happened yesterday. It was not my own making or our ministry's making, but it was a miscommunication between the two parties. Thank you.
Joanne, you know what I'm waiting for?
Honorable Chair, she's going to give you a copy of her. My name is Barbara Namgambe. I'm the acting PS, Minister of Works. Honorable Chair, I kindly request you to allow me digress a bit and make one clarification. on the aircraft. Honorable Chair, the A330-900 cannot fly on one engine. So the CEO was misquoted. That aircraft flies on 2 engines. I wanted to state that to correct the record. On the subject matter this morning, Honorable Chair, I would like to request Engineer Isaac Menya, who is the project coordinator, to take us through as the question.
All the PS under your guidance, when they are giving you a document, they erase that it's on record. So I saw my sister was just bringing direct. Can we know the document they are laying, so that it's a part of the record and we follow up?
Okay, honorable members, this document was already submitted with the document on Friday. Unfortunately, the clerk has not shared these documents yet.
No, Chair, I don't want. They have to talk about it. So can the minister?
Is it the minister?
The minister, Johan, has no capacity to lay documents on this floor. Can Johan pass through the minister? The minister talks about it, then it is laid officially.
Over to the committee.
Chair, I beg to lay on table a report from Ministry of Works and Transport named the operation and maintenance of the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway total revenue check report as of January 2026.
Honorable Nathan, I think you are
here in May for ministerial policy statement. In April, I raised it to the minister, and I think all of you were there. I said, this issue, we went up to South Africa to get some fear about it. But people kept saying, you know, we don't have the, what do you call it? Wouldn't we leave? Okay. Does my mother feed on agriculture stuff?
Can we proceed with the presentation?
Earlier, my name is Engineer Menya Isaac, and I lead the team that manages the Kampala-Entebbe Expressway operations and maintenance on behalf of the ministry. Allow me to take you through a very brief presentation just to appreciate the operations and the structure of the contract, and then it will take a short time. Then after, we'll go to the questions one by one. As you may have noted, the contract with Aegis Road Operations, which commenced in 2021 for 5 years, for 60 months.
Mr. Chair, is this presentation shared with us?
What are you reading?
Honorable Chair, before coming here, we made a summary of the issues under this project.
Yes, members want a summary.
The documents we submitted.
What we want, what he's presenting.
This is what is presented.
This is the certificate.
But you very well know, when you appear before a committee, every member must have a copy of what you are presenting. This is not the first time you have appeared before a committee.
You didn't give out copies? Do you have a soft copy?
Yes, we have a soft copy. We have a soft copy.
You know, Honorable Chair, I see these people, if it is out of your ruling, we can quickly send a soft copy to the clerk. I don't know how do you guide.
But this is the last time. Kindly share with the clerk share with the members, then we proceed.
Chair, the officer wants the number of the, but you share with your minister, the minister or PS, they know the clerk and the chair. By authority, you can't go to clerk. You taking coffee.
Of that status report, and I was saying On May 21st, 2021, government of Uganda signed a contract with Aegis. Effective instruction to commence was on May 24th, 2021 for 60 months. In the same contract, under a clause 39.1, they allowed for extension of operation and maintenance services for 24 months, subject to satisfactory performance. In the same contract, which the bid which received and evaluated, Aegis committed to transfer skills and transit to a local company. If I remember right, it was within 3 years. So Aegis bidded with 2 subcontractors. One of them was Pinnacle Security, and the other is Abubeka Technical Services. They've been working together ever since then. And as a matter of fact, what you see, the company you see maintaining, slashing and cleaning the road is Abubeka Technical Services on behalf of Aegis. The company that you see that does the incident management, collects the tolls, toll plaza maintenance, offers security, has been Pinnacle. And on the 24th of May, using the clause of extension, there was an innovation that was signed. The innovation transferred the rights and obligations and all the risks from Aegis to Pinnacle Security. And in the innovation, as cleared by Solicitor General, Aegis, Pinnacle inherited all the risks and obligations that were previously with Aegis. In effect, right now, if anything happened in 2022, PSL, Pinnacle Security, would be answerable because of the innovation agreement. That is what we went through. The contract data is, the contract price was 122 billion, inclusive of a 3% charge on electronic card payment. The intention of this was to promote the use of cashless mode of transactions, of payments, because Uganda was largely a cash-based economy. And if you remember, the cashless has been, was triggered post-COVID. That's when most of the countries, even in our neighborhood, started going cashless. And I'll go to page 2. The project scope, which we all know, spans from Busega through Kajansi to Mpala, and the main line is 25 kilometers. If you remember, the expressway was constructed with a spur, which was 52 kilometers, but tolling was only activated on the 25 kilometers, which is the main line. There was a plan to toll the other section, which hasn't materialized. The implementation scope under the contract was majorly in 3 categories. We had what we termed the one-off design and construction works. These were works that previously were not included in the contract where China Communications Construction Company constructed, and they included road safety facilities, expressway lighting, all the lights that you see on the road. We have 1,200 lights, installing of the tolling system, installing of the independent traffic monitoring system, and also installing the overload control system. Those were one-off designs, construction works, which were expected to be completed within the first 6 months of the contract. A status will be given. We also had the unmeasured road maintenance works. These are works that are unforeseen during the operation and maintenance. To give an example is the accidents, the damage which is caused by accidents. When they knock out, you've passed there and you've seen a car rolled over and hit 2 lamps. Those lamps have to be replaced. So those are some of the unmeasured works. The other is we've identified black spots where we need to put more signages to warn the motorists. it's also covered under there, and also replacement of some of the damaged assets. Those are agreed upon between the contractor and employer. The last, which is continuous, is the performance-based road operations. These are the day-to-day services that are undertaken. One of them is cleanness of the road, route patrols, security, branding, incident management, maintenance works, toll plaza maintenance, weight bridge operations, and including the tolling operations. Page 3. Page 3 talks about the innovation agreement, which I've explained. This was taken through the various channels of approval, through the contracts committee, up to Solicitor General. And Solicitor General is the one who drafted the innovation agreement, which they sent back to the ministry to finalize. So that was submitted as part of the documents that were requested for. Physical progress, as of now, the works to uplift the road level of service to international standards were completed. Like I said, the lighting, the improvement in road safety facilities, installation of the toll collection system, and the traffic monitoring system as well. Performance-based operations, for emphasis, we do not pay a fixed monthly amount of money to the operator because this is a performance-based. Every month, we undertake an inspection and we make deductions where it is where the level of service has gone below, and that explains why we have not been able. Aegis was not able to utilize the 122 billion within the 5 years. They only utilized a total of 82 billion because of deductions where the service level is not met. So as of now, the average monthly performance level is approximately 87%. Every day we strive to make it higher. The unmeasured road maintenance works, to date 17 work orders have been issued as part of the unmeasured road maintenance works. Amongst the documents we submitted was some of the IPCs, which summarizes all the maintenance, all the unmeasured maintenance works that have been certified and paid to date. Financial progress. The progress to date, since commencement in May 2021, we have had 64 number invoices from the operator that have been certified. That totals to a total payment of 86 billion. And as you see in table 1, some of the disbursement payment of this money came from government of Uganda. Because of the expected revenue, we set a limit on how much money could actually be used from the toll collections, which was about 1 billion shillings. There's a table that summarizes the financial progress and splits the amount between government of Uganda and what comes from the toll revenue. In total, down from the Aegis contract, which was 122 billion, we have so far paid 86 billion shillings, are split up in the above, 58 from the toll revenue and 28 from government of Uganda. We expect that the 1 year we are running an extension, we are not asking for any money. It is fitting within the 122 billion that was originally contracted out. The table below, which is figure 2, summarizes the annual total revenue versus the O&M disbursements. The 2 from 2026. As you may notice, the percentage keeps going down because the revenue is increasing, but the threshold of payment for the maintenance is more or less constant, so the gap keeps increasing between the revenue and what is paid out. To be precise, as we speak now, we spend about 28% averagely of what is collected per month. As we progress, that percentage will keep on going down. tolling operations. Tolling operations are guided under the Roads Act of 2019, and the Minister of Works, in consultation with the Minister of Finance, declared KEE a toll road through a statutory instrument. That is December 2021. And arising out of a toll strategy which was undertaken, a toll feasibility study and a toll strategy report which was undertaken in 2019. We also did a willingness to pay survey and also did a baseline survey to inform the toll rates. Arising out of that, the recommendation was to toll the road into 4 classes. The classes are right there. They range between class 1 up to class 4B. And that is split within the various types of vehicles. The toll rates were also fixed from 3,000 to 18,000. That is the biggest class, which is at unarticulated truck. In the same toll strategy, there was a pronouncement to give some discounts to regular users. For a weekly pass, this card offers users a toll fee discount of 50% for 35,000, and users are provided with 14 trips. That expire after 7 days. The monthly card offers a discount of 70%. We have people who are frequent users. That is 70%, which is given for 90,000 shillings, and the user is given 60 trips. That expire after 30 days. And then the Easy Pass, where road users load money with the minimum amount of 20,000, and each passage is discounted by 10% on the toll fee and can be used on any vehicle. This really helps the fleet management, where you have a fleet and the logistics company give them out randomly. Traffic statistics. As per the toll strategy report of 2021, the expressway was projected to receive about 13,000 vehicles per day on opening. However, the actual traffic realized at the opening was 21,000 vehicles per day, and as of June 2026, we're averaging about 27,000 vehicles per day. This traffic has been growing at a rate of about 5%, and in our projections of traffic and revenue, we have some models where we project that the payment period has been estimated. This traffic would have been a lot higher if we had connected Chibuye-Busega, all the other expressways that are supposed to be adjoining to the Entebbe Expressway. The bottleneck at Busega is one of the biggest hindrances because the other expressways are not yet complete. Toll revenue collections. There are 2 sources of toll revenue on the expressway. Cash collections on passage at each toll booth, on entry on the expressway, that is between Busega, Kajansi and Impala. These account for about 90% of the overall toll collection. And we also have electronic cards. These are the Wopesi cards, which account for about 10%. Since commencement, as the report submitted, we have so far collected about 191 billion shillings, as shown in the figure. Chair, we put up a figure where we made the collections, estimate and summarize them per year. In 2022 calendar year, we averaged about 2.859 billion. In 2023, we went to 3.49. In 2024, we went to 3.7. And in 2025, January 2025 to May 2026, we had an average of 3.59 billion. The projected revenue versus the realized revenue. On page 8 is a table which summarizes what was projected against what is realized. And amongst all those, as the table presents, I'll present the performance which is below the graph, below the chart. And in all the years between 2022 and 2026, you can notice that the performance has increased. We had registered a 19.6% positive in 2022. It went to 34.5 in 2023. We went to 36.1 in 2024, stagnated a bit in 36.1 in 2025, and half year in 2026 we are 20.2%. If we go by this projection, we are most likely going to go to almost the threshold of 40%. That is projected revenue versus realized revenue. On page 9, presents the expenditure versus the disbursement mechanism. Chair, the expenditure of toll collections is governed by the loan agreement between government and Exim Bank, and also the repayment mechanism agreement of 2012, along with the escrow account agreement. All these agreements were signed and were submitted as part of the documentation last Friday. And under these agreements, the Ministry of Works collects toll revenue on behalf of government through a toll operator, and all daily collections are deposited into the control account. For emphasis, it's Stanbic Bank that collects that money from the toll booth, from the vault, to take it to deposit it to the account. Stanbic is the account.
Thank you. The acting PS is taking this light, but this committee is largely on accountability. You as acting, you have not been on the IFMIS. It is your, I think, let me call him your close friend, the PS, who has been working on the IFMS, Integrated Financial Management System. And at the end of this whole game, whatever we shall recommend, are you going to be able to shoulder it?
Yes, Honorable. Thank you very much, Chair. I must first put a disclaimer that I'm not a lawyer or a legal person, yes, but I tend to follow matters very seriously. Now, the second letter the acting permanent secretary has read to us, that has been received by the clerk's office, does not speak to the invitation that was sent to the accounting officer. Actually, the invitation that was sent was specific to the person who is the accounting officer. Now, the powers that he now gives you is to lead a delegation, that you lead a team to the ministry. Actually, for us here, we are interested in one person. All the others come in to support the accounting officer, because that is what the law speaks to. Thank you very much.
You know, the way we began, Chair, you asked a very serious question. Were you the accounting officer for the year under review? And the acting PS was very honest, answered he was not the accounting officer. Then secondly, because of that, we would have expected a letter delegating him to come out with the very clear specific areas in regard to what we expect of him when he's before us. And even me, I would have even expected the accounting officer to have accepted in writing for being responsible for this special delegation. So, Chair, in the absence of all that, and given the fact that he was not the accounting officer for the expenditures of the year under review, me as a member of this committee,
yes,
I feel very uncomfortable to engage in interrogating this accounting officer who is not delegated with those specifics. He's not the one who was the accounting officer for the year under review, and we face him. Chair, that is my position.
Thank you very much. Honorable Walswaka.
Honour Chair.
Man you are this morning.
Chair, I'm a very serious guy normally,
Normally, yes. And this morning I'm in my normal senses.
Yes.
I do not, by the way, take this responsibility lightly, or appearance before the Public Accounts Committee lightly. I have been accounting in various positions from the time I joined service. This is 35 years ago. So I take this responsibility seriously. But Chair, if the legal provisions are not strictly adhered to with respect to the delegation of powers to me by my permanent secretary, I am here for your
Engineer,
guidance.
kindly stop it. We have no letter delegating you to appear before this committee as the accounting officer. What you have supplied to us is what goes on in your ministry.
I concede.
A head of delegation is not the... yeah, I'll just give an example. Just a simple question. You said you're a senior officer.
Very senior.
How many accounts do you run in the ministry?
Well,
there is no well. Just mention the number of accounts.
Well, I don't run accounts.
You see? You don't run accounts. I need an accounting officer who runs these what? These accounts. How many accounts were reported on during this audit report?
16 accounts were reported under this.
And how many accounts do you have?
We are 16.
You have 16 accounts? Okay, honorable members, I am not comfortable myself to proceed with a person who they have sent here to buy time. They told me they are not ready, but we insisted that they come. They never wanted to come. But with the seriousness we take these matters and the unseriousness they have appeared here, we might have a very bad meeting if we choose to proceed. We may have a very bad meeting which might impact on this committee and the ministry. We had scheduled to meet them today, Monday and Tuesday, but because they are not available, the accounting officer is not available, we will communicate another day when we will meet them. If on that day you come appear like this, it is not mandatory that we must meet you. We will just sit down and write our report the way we understand these things, and the way we will, and that is how we will proceed, members with adamant ministries that may not want to appear before our committee. Honorable members, meeting adjourned, signed I.
Entebbe Express project, which was signed in March 14, 2012. This is where the whole problem started from. And as good citizens, we must accept there are a lot of challenges on that road. And we consider and accept to own these mistakes which I've identified. Me and my team, because we are Ugandans and we're in that ministry, we consider and accept those mistakes which are there, and we stand to be guided by this committee. Some of them had identified on how to sort them out. Like he rightly said, we should answer whether there are powers to terminate or to remove that additional 1 year, where the powers were given to them, but that after the 5 years, there's a condition you can give them 2 years renewable or extension, they give them 1 year. We saw those challenges. We consider and take these mistakes and accept they are there. But through your guidance, even our earlier plan we had come up with, we are going to sort them out to ensure they don't continue and even they don't come on other roads. Because I've seen even if you squeeze these committee members, they are giving you the same answers which are not even satisfactory. That's why the question they ask, they are very vital, but you almost got zero answer from Engineer Wani. So we accept these mistakes as a Minister of Works and Transport and give you total commitment that we're going to work forward to solve these challenges. They don't go on, then even they don't come up with the toll expenses we are getting, so that we ensure there's value for money. Because right now as we speak, there are some challenges we can sort out with immediate effect. But there are others which we can solve in the longer term. So as we answer the remaining questions, that's where we are, and we're ready to work with the committee. You guide us further on the way to move, such that the good roads and the same project which came for the good purpose in the country is sorted out. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much, Chair, through the Honourable Minister. I'm just going to...
performance-based. So even the 122, they didn't get all of it. We withheld some because it's performance-based. The innovation agreement has a tune of 36 billion for a period of 1 year. Is this true?
Yes, that's true.
Okay. Now, if the innovation agreement has a tune of 36 billion, did the Solicitor General clear this innovation agreement?
Yes, the format was actually from the Solicitor General.
Of the innovation agreement?
Yes.
Okay. The Lady Joan, you have a very good report that states so many discrepancies, it is challenges with the previous contract. But you're now telling us you rushed because there was a RAPEX that happened even almost a year before. You know, had already gone. You already seated in the ministry. So what rush were you rushing for? Even with your own engineers highlighting in this year challenges with this contract. What kind of rush was that? Because even signing an extension was based on you being satisfied. So why are you satisfied? Regardless the rush. Just for the record, I was satisfied. Oh, we were satisfied.
Chair, we did an